The next part is very important. They are going to take you. Shout out everything you see about them. Hair color, eye color, tall, short. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. But if you don't, I will find you, and I will kill you.
Good luck.
You don't remember me. I told you I would find you.
The movie opens with an appearance of Bryan Mills, who is a former CIA operative. He buys a karaoke device for the 17th birthday of his beloved daughter Kim. He then goes to the luxurious mansion where the birthday event is happening. In the party, Bryan meets with his ex-wife Lenore, who is not happy on his arrival.
I just wanted to give Kim her present.
Still having trouble following the rules, I see.
Dad!
Oh, my darling.
A karaoke machine?
Well, I figure she wants to be a singer.
When she was 12, Bryan.
One for the book.
Oh, we have a professional photographer.
Big smile, sweetie.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Hey, Bryan.
Stuart,
You gonna join us for lunch?
I just wanted to be here to wish her a happy birthday.
Good to see you, Bryan.
You too.
Bryan becomes jealous to see his daughter happy with her stepfather because she leaves the gifts gifted by Bryan and runs towards the horse. Bryan is at his house, smiling as he looks through the old photo album of Kim. Suddenly, his three friends arrive and tell him that his ex-wife Lenore neither talks to him nor pays attention to him. They assure him not to worry about it. Even though Kim is not present, they decide to celebrate her birthday together. They start talking about their days as agents.
Lenny still got a hard on for you?
She's not Lenny anymore. She's Lenore.
How's Kimmy?
Good. She's good.
Does she appreciate the fact that you've given up your life?
What a life, huh?
Huh?
I promised her I would never miss a birthday.
Yeah, that went down well at Langley, huh? Where'd you say your next posting was after that? The Arctic Circle? My point is, we have an open space. Say the word, it's yours.
Sam Gilroy gives Bryan a job to take a singer to a concert and bring her back home safely.
Tomorrow. Good night, guys.
Yeah.
The next day, they take the singer to the concert without any trouble. During the concert, Bryan calls his daughter Kim and plays the song for her on the phone from the security room. Kim likes it and agrees to have lunch with Bryan. As Bryan is taking the singer back home, a man suddenly attacks the singer.
Who left that gate open? Bryan, get her out of here! Go to her.
You're safe now.
Bryan handles the situation easily. He safely takes the singer back to her house. After the task is done, Sam gives the reward money and divides it among them. The next day, Bryan is waiting for Kimberly at lunch, but Lenore also comes along with her. Bryan finds out that Kimberly wants to go to Paris with her friend Amanda. He realizes that Kim needs his signature on the consent letter to travel because she is underage. Bryan refuses to sign because he thinks Kim is too young to go. However, Kim feels that Bryan is stopping her on purpose.
Don't make a big deal out of this, Bryan. Just sign the paper.
Dad, please.
I don't think a 17-year-old should be traveling alone.
I'm not gonna be alone.
Two 17-year-olds.
Amanda's 19.
How about if I go along? You won't even know I'm there. I'm very good at being invisible. There's something else.
I don't want anything else.
Kim.
You sacrificed our marriage in the service of the country. You made a mess of your life in the service of your country.
I'm not comfortable putting my daughter at risk.
You're pathetic.
The next day, Bryan goes to the mansion of Kim's stepfather and gives the signed consent letter to Kim. However, he sets 3 conditions for giving his permission. First, Bryan insists that he will personally take Kim to the airport. Second, she must call him immediately after she lands in Paris. Third, Kim has to call Bryan every night to update him about her status and provide her current address. Bryan is taking Kim's luggage out of the car when he suddenly notices a European map with several city names circled. Realizing that Kim is not just going to Paris, but plans to visit different cities across Europe.
She's not just going to Paris.
I know.
She lied to me.
Yes, because she can't be honest with you. Stuart got her the tickets. We've arranged for her to stay in the best hotels.
Best hotels. You have no idea what the world is like.
Yes, and
Lenore.
neither will she, unless she goes out and experiences it. Let her live, or I promise you'll lose her.
Kim.
Kim and Amanda land in Paris and excitedly start taking photos of each other. While doing so, they meet a boy named Peter who offers to help them take better pictures. Acting friendly and charming, Peter cleverly gets all their personal information, such as where they are staying and their plans, without raising any suspicion from Kim or Amanda. Bryan becomes very upset when he does not receive a call from Kim as promised. Peter drops the girls off at their apartment and carefully notes the address and location. As Kim and Amanda enter the apartment, Peter steps aside and makes a phone call saying, "Two girls, 5th floor, around 18 years old." It becomes clear that Peter is not a trustworthy person and has sinister intentions. Kim asks Amanda that her cousin was supposed to pick them up at the airport, and Amanda explains that her cousin is in Spain. She adds that they will be living here alone. They then start playing music and enjoy each other's company. Bryan is very upset in the US because Kim is not answering his calls. The next day, Kim calls Bryan back, and as he scolds her for not responding to his phone calls, Kim suddenly notices that someone has entered her house and kidnapped Amanda. In a hurry, Bryan grabs his briefcase, connects his phone to different devices, and urgently asks Kim who she met after arriving in Paris.
Yes, Peter.
Peter? Peter who?
I don't know.
An American?
No.
Did he know where you were staying?
I'm scared.
I know you are. Stay focused, Kimmy. You have to hold it together.
I'm in the bathroom.
Go to the next bedroom. Get under the bed. Tell me when you're there. Now, the next part is very important. They're going to take you. Shout out everything you see about them. Hair color, eye color, tall, short, scars. Anything you see, you understand? Remember, concentrate.
Ani bre shtash, Marko, ani.
Must be.
If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. But if you don't, I will find you. And I will kill you.
Good luck.
Bryan sends the conversation with Kim to Sam for analysis. Bryan then arrives at the house of Kim's stepfather and asks him to prepare a plan to get him to Paris. Suddenly, Bryan receives a call from Sam. Sam tells him that the goons were speaking in Albanian to each other. Based on Kim's description, Sam identifies the leader of the goons as Marco, a powerful figure in the trafficking world.
The specialty of the groups coming out of this area is trafficking in women.
What else?
You have a 96-hour window from the time she was grabbed
To what?
to never finding her.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Once he lands in Paris, he goes straight to the apartment where Kim and Amanda were staying. Inside the apartment, Bryan checks the room and finds the girls' bags. He starts to visualize the moments when the girls were kidnapped, trying to piece everything together. His thoughts lead him to the window where Kim was standing when she made the call. As he stands there, he notices Kim's broken phone. He picks it up and, to his relief, finds a memory card inside. Bryan attaches the phone to some devices and starts browsing through the pictures on the card. He finds numerous photos of Amanda and Kim. In one of the photos, Bryan notices the reflection of Peter. He carefully studies the image, zooming in to get a clearer view. The photo reveals that, at the airport, Peter is using his manipulative tactics to get the girls to share a taxi with him, all while trying to obtain their address.
Excuse me.
Bryan meets with his old friend Jean, who works for the French intelligence, and asks for his help. Bryan urgently needs to find the Albanians involved in the human trafficking operation. He asks Jean for their location, and though Jean warns him about how dangerous these people are, Bryan insists that Jean only provide the address, leaving the rest to him.
She and her friend were marked by a spotter at the airport. Albanians took her.
How do you know this?
I'm retired, not dead. I will tear down the Eiffel Tower if I have to.
Don't forget who you're talking
I
to.
thought I was talking to a friend.
They showed up from the east 6-7 years ago. 15, 20 of them. Now there are hundreds. The best place to start is Porte de Clichy.
After some time, he gets information about one girl who might know something, so Bryan goes to the location where the girl is working for them and starts speaking with her. However, Anton, the girl's handler, becomes very angry when he notices Bryan conversing with the girl, wasting their time. Anton is about to attack Bryan, but Bryan, in a clever move, quickly places a device on Anton. Bryan knows that Anton is Albanian and a member of Marco's gang, so he uses this trick to his advantage, knowing that the device will help him eavesdrop on their conversations. Afterward, Bryan sits in his car with Gregor, who has the skill to translate the language. He translates the conversation between Anton and his associates, revealing crucial information about the gang operations and plans. Bryan listens closely as Gregor translates the conversation, revealing that the Albanians are working at a construction site and they are discussing a man who might have valuable information. Bryan instructs Gregor to leave the car and hand over his dictionary. Bryan now heads to the construction site, where he observes a group of people standing in front of a trailer, waiting in line. He blends in with the crowd and takes a ticket from the person at the entrance.
Oh! Where did you get this?
I'm good.
Hey! Come on.
Bryan finally reaches a hotel and books a room. His priority now is to get information about the jacket and find out if it belonged to his daughter. While he is at the hotel, Bryan receives a call from Jean, who wants to meet in a public area. However, Bryan, still suspicious of Jean and his loyalty, refuses to meet him. He no longer trusts Jean and chooses to handle the situation on his own. Jean tells Bryan that his chief has given the orders to arrest him. As they continue their conversation, Bryan realizes that the French police have traced his phone to pinpoint his location. However, Bryan, being clever and resourceful, quickly thinks on his feet. He plays a trick with his phone to prevent them from tracking him.
Come on, 7 dead bodies, 3 in hospital, a building destroyed.
I'm trying to save my daughter. And it was a trailer, not a building.
The girl in the hotel room wakes up, and Bryan quickly asks her about the jacket belonging to Kim. Bryan listens carefully and, using the new information, follows the clues to find the location. When Bryan arrives at the house, he takes out a visiting card, which, to his advantage, has the name Jean on it. He decides to lie to the man he meets there, claiming to be a French police officer. Bryan presents himself as part of an official investigation, and he asks the man to allow him to meet with his boss.
That weapon? You're holding it. Black, 1 shooter, please. I'm here to negotiate the rates.
We already negotiated the rate with Mr. Macron.
Nice coffee. We have you under satellite surveillance, 24 hours a day. Our costs go up, your costs go up. It's only logical. By the way, which one of you is Marco?
We are all Marco.
That's the game you want to play. The rate just went up 10%. You come to this country, take advantage of the system, and think because we are tolerant, we are weak and helpless.
How much?
20%. And you have my word it'll not go up. For a year. You made a very good investment, gentlemen. A friend gave this to me. It's Albanian. You mind translating it?
Good luck.
Good luck.
You don't remember me. I told you I would find you.
After the fight, Bryan checks the rooms of all the men, but Kim is not among them. In one of the rooms, Bryan discovers the dead body of Amanda. Bryan tortures Marco by giving him electric shocks. Marco eventually tells him that his daughter has been sold to Patrice St. Clair.
Where is she? Well, I don't have any more time to waste. St. Clair. St. Clair. St. Clair. Is that a person? A place?
I don't know. Please! I don't know! Please! Please!
I believe you, but it's not gonna save you.
Bryan then goes to Jean's house and confronts him, asking if he was involved in the kidnapping of the girls. Jean, in response, points a gun at Bryan, but Bryan cleverly disarms him by taking out all the bullets from his own gun.
I was just telling Bryan how nice it's been since you left the old job for the new one.
It's been nice coming home every night, seeing your kids, knowing they're safe. Mr. McCon. You know it?
Oh, Henry!
I got to the bottom of it, Jean-Claude. I know everything. Are you involved?
Involved in what? What are you two talking about?
I would help you as long as it didn't cause trouble for me.
Who is Patrice St. Clair?
I don't know.
That's what happens when you sit behind a desk. Now, Patrice St. Clair. Please apologize to your wife for me.
He knocks Jean unconscious and assumes his identity to gain access to a party hosted by St. Clair. Upon arriving, Bryan quickly realizes that the party is a cover-up for a much darker operation. In the basement of the building, girls are being auctioned off. To his shock and anger, Bryan sees that the last girl up for auction is his daughter, Kim. Furious, Bryan pulls out a gun and points it at the man in charge, demanding that he buy the girl at any price.
450, 450,000, 500, 500 sold.
Move.
You would never get away with this.
When he regains consciousness, he finds himself hanging by a pipe with Patrice St. Clair standing in front of him. Bryan tells him that he is Kim's father, but Patrice coldly responds that business is business and that Kim is now sold permanently. Patrice orders his men to kill Bryan and walks away.
There's a boat by the quay. It wasn't personal.
Patrice tells him about a boat departing from the bay, where Kim is being taken. Bryan reaches the boat, kills the men guarding it, and finds out that the girls are being sold to a sheikh.
عن 3.
We can
Kim runs into her father's arms, crying with relief. Bryan takes Kim back to the U.S., where she reunites with her mother, Lenore. Lenore thanks Bryan for saving their daughter. To make Kim happy, Bryan then takes her to meet her favorite singer, fulfilling her dream and bringing her joy. A couple of days later, a large funeral is taking place, where the Mafia boss, Murad, is giving a speech. He says they will take revenge on the murderer of his son, Marco. The people gathered are the relatives of the deceased, who were killed by Bryan.
He slaughtered our man. The man who took our loved ones from us. We will bring him here. We will have our revenge.
Lenore opens the door, and Bryan asks her about Kim, as they are supposed to pick up Kim's driving license today. Lenore initially resists, claiming that Kim is not home because she is at her music classes. However, Bryan refuses to accept this, as he knows about all of Kim's classes. Finally, Lenore tells him that Kim is with her boyfriend.
Why didn't she tell me, for God's sake?
She probably didn't want you running a full security check.
Tell me it's none of my business, but are you okay?
Yeah, we've separated.
Well, if there's anything I can do, well, I better,
Bryan.
I don't even know where the kid lives.
You found her in a city of 12 million people within 72 hours.
I'm gonna give her space.
Lenore keeps dialing Kim's number repeatedly, but Kim, who is enjoying her time with her boyfriend Jamie, is not answering the calls. Suddenly, there is a knock on Jamie's door. Jamie opens the door, and standing there is Bryan. Kim and Bryan have a brief meeting with Jamie, and after that, leave the place together. Bryan is helping Kim learn how to drive because, in a few days, he will be leaving the city. During their practice, Bryan questions Kim, asking why she has not told him about her boyfriend. Kim responds, saying that she thought he might overreact. She then asks him how he found out about her boyfriend. Bryan replies, saying that Lenore told him. However, Kim realizes that Lenore does not know the address of Jamie. This makes Kim suddenly understand that Bryan must have installed a GPS in her house to know where she was.
Listen, you've got to trust me to figure this out. And don't go running a background check on him with your friends.
I won't.
Yeah.
Sam? Hi, it's me. Listen, I want to run a check on someone. Jamie Conrad?
He immediately calls Sam, asking him to investigate and gather information about Jamie's background. In Paris, Jean enters a building to take care of some work. Suddenly, out of nowhere, someone kidnaps him at gunpoint and begins torturing him, demanding to know information about Bryan. It turns out that the Mafia has found a visiting card of Jean at Patrice's house, which was used by Bryan. The people believe that Jean is helping Bryan and want to force him to reveal everything. At first, Jean refuses to speak, keeping quiet under the threat of violence. However, when the Mafia threatened to kill his family, feeling cornered and terrified for his loved ones, decides to reveal everything he knows about Bryan. Lenore explains that she and Stuart had planned a vacation to China with Kim to try to fix their differences. But Stuart suddenly canceled the trip at the last minute. Bryan, who is about to travel to Istanbul for work, suggests that Lenore and her family come with him. Lenore tells him she will think about it and let him know. Later that night, Bryan's friends tease him, saying that Lenore will definitely come along with him, and that maybe, just maybe, she might even come back to Bryan.
Oh, maybe he still has something for her.
Well, that's... Can we talk about basketball, for God's sake? Come on.
Istanbul. You made my stay feel very secure.
Thank you. Have a safe trip home.
You also.
Surprise!
Oh my God, kid, baby. Hey, Wendy.
Hello, Bryan.
You guys could have been surprised. I could have been out of here and headed home.
Mom's been calling Sam.
Welcome to Istanbul.
He takes them to a luxury hotel and shows them their room. At the same time, a group of Albanians enters Turkey, searching for Bryan. Bryan, unaware of their arrival, goes to his room and takes out a briefcase. He places all his weapons inside the briefcase, preparing for whatever may come next. Afterward, he goes to check on Kim and Lenore. Lenore is very tired and wants to rest, so Bryan decides to take Kim out instead. He and Kim go out to spend some quality time together. The next day, the Albanians arrive in Istanbul, and Murad meets with his people.
Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. Is everything prepared? As you requested.
Meanwhile, Bryan is getting ready for the day. He quietly places a small device in his socks and puts the briefcase back into the cupboard. Afterward, he heads to the hotel lobby, unaware that one of Murad's men is watching him. Bryan notices the man in the lobby and starts to feel something is off. He senses that the man is keeping an eye on him, which makes him suspicious. Lenore and Kim arrive at the hotel. The three of them are about to go to the market, but Kim suddenly makes an excuse to stay behind in the hotel.
The daughter is staying here, so what can we do?
I want all three of them.
Bryan and Lenore are in the car when Bryan notices that they are being followed by some people who seem to be tracking their every move. Realizing the danger, Bryan tells Lenore that he will drop her at the next shop and gives her the address to a nearby taxi stand so she can make her way back to the hotel safely. He also instructs her to call hotel security and to not open the door for anyone. Lenore, confused and concerned, asks Bryan what is going on, but Bryan does not have time to explain everything. He quickly drops her off at the shop and, once she is out of the car, takes the vehicle from the driver and speeds away. The Mafia members, aware that Bryan has noticed them, intensify their pursuit.
You have no idea. What?
Listen to me carefully, Kim. Your mother and I are going And people are gonna come for you too. And hide in that closet. Now.
The receptionist, who is secretly working with the Albanians, provides them with Kim's room number. The Mafia members begin searching the hotel for her, but fail to find her. Meanwhile, in the hotel corridor, one of the Mafia members is seen holding a gun, which catches the attention of a hotel employee. Alarmed by the situation, immediately calls the hotel security. With the Mafia closing in on her, Kim has no choice but to escape through the window. She decides to climb across to the next hotel room. As Kim is about to enter, one of the Mafia members notices her shoe outside the window. He peers out, but Kim manages to slip inside the room undetected, narrowly avoiding capture. Meanwhile, the Albanians have taken Bryan and Lenore to Murad. Back at the hotel, Kim hides inside a cupboard to avoid being found. He opens the first cupboard door, but does not find anything. A gunshot rings out from another part of the hotel. The sound of the bullet causes the Mafia member to leave the cupboard and investigate. The Mafia then kills the security guards working at the hotel, and with the situation spiraling out of control, the hotel management activates the security alarms. Bryan, trapped in a locked room, manages to retrieve a small device hidden in his socks. A smartphone he had secretly placed there before leaving the hotel. With the device in hand, he attempts to call Sam, but there is no answer. Desperate, Bryan calls Kim next.
Take the case with you. The combination is 232884. Take the map. You'll take a shoelace from one of my shoes in the closet. Use it as a guide. Draw a circle with the hotel in the center of it.
Done.
Draw another circle with the market in the center. Now take one of those little cans, the ones with the pins on the top. It's a grenade.
There's a parking garage.
Anyone on it?
No.
Keep the phone on so I can hear the explosion. Now draw a circle on the map and the circumference at 4.5 kilometers. Do the circles intersect at any points?
Yeah, 2 points.
Look at the flags on the rooftops. Are they in the wind?
Yeah.
Going east.
Think so, yeah. How'd you know?
Take one of the guns and go to the rooftop at the most easterly point.
You know this man? This one?
No.
Recognize none of them. To you, they were nothing. And this one. You recognize him? Him you strapped to a chair. You attached electric cables to the chair till his heart burst. He was my son.
I killed your son because he kidnapped my daughter.
I don't care what he did. I will never hear his voice. Your death will not be quick. It will not be pleasant. How long will it take for the blood to rush to her head?
30 minutes.
So you have 30 minutes to watch her die.
After leaving, Bryan assures Lenore that Kim is safe. Murad then receives a call informing him that Kim has escaped, and he quickly sends more people after her. Bryan struggles to free himself from the ropes, but after some effort, he manages to escape. He carefully helps Lenore down, saving her life. Meanwhile, Kim reaches a rooftop and waits for Bryan's signal. Once Bryan rescues Lenore, he calls Kim and tells her to set off a grenade. Kim follows his instructions, and Bryan hears the blast. He tells Kim that she is very close to their location and instructs her to head east. Kim sets off another grenade, which the Albanians hear.
I'm right by the steam.
Drop the gun down the vent.
God! They're coming!
Drop that!
Dad!
Bryan and Kim find a taxi and take the keys. Bryan sets a 5-minute timer on Kim's phone, marking the U.S. Embassy as their destination. He tells Kim that if he does not return with Lenore in time, she should go to the embassy. He follows the Mafia and sees them taking Lenore into a van. He shoots at them, but they manage to drive off with Lenore. Bryan is frustrated but decides to go back to Kim. Kim starts the car, but the officer is about to shoot her. Bryan arrives just in time and kills the officer. He tells Kim to drive, but Kim is concerned about Lenore. Bryan reassures her that he will rescue Lenore later. The police learn about the officer's death and begin chasing Bryan and Kim.
Keep going! Out of the road! Come on, keep going! Down, Kim!
Hey, Bri.
We're in the courtyard of the U.S. Embassy in Istanbul. Can you call someone to make sure we don't get shot?
Yeah.
You'll be safe here in the embassy until I come back. And then I have to make sure these people never bother us again in our lives.
What are you gonna do?
What I do best.
Kim asks Bryan what will happen to Lenore, but Bryan reassures her, saying he will get Lenore back as soon as possible and tells her not to worry. Bryan uses his memory to track down Murad's hideout and arrives at a market. Lenore is being brutally threatened, and as another man starts taking out weapons, Bryan finds the house and kills the bodyguards. The Albanians realize Bryan has reached the hideout and quickly move Lenore to another location.
Ori, shoot this dog.
You have other sons. Two. You can go home, live your life, or you can die here, if you give me a word.
Why?
Because I am tired of it all.
Bryan kills Murad and rescues Lenore. 3 weeks later, at a diner in Los Angeles, the Mills family is celebrating Kim passing her driving test with milkshakes. To Bryan's surprise, Kim is joined by her boyfriend Jamie, and Kim jokingly tells her father not to shoot this one.
Don't shoot this one. I really like him.
You would think the story ends here, and they live happily ever after, but no, they get taken for the 3rd time, man. Bryan really needs some parenting skills.
Hey, what's going on?
Had a Liam Neeson nightmare. Dreamt I kidnapped his daughter and he just wasn't having it. He made 3 of those movies. At some point you have to wonder if he's just a bad parent.
Continuing with the story in Taken 3, Mafia breaks into a man's house and kidnap him. They take him to a building where their leader, Oleg Malenkov, is waiting. The man has no idea why he has been kidnapped. Oleg is after a cupboard in the man's office, which can only be opened with a password the man knows. Oleg forces him to open the cupboard, but to everyone's surprise, it is empty. Furious, Oleg calls his boss to demand the money owed to him.
It's Malenkov. What a disappointment to see it's not here. But I'm leaving you something.
One day later, Bryan is in a shop carefully picking out a stuffed panda as a gift for Kim. Meanwhile, she takes a pregnancy test at home and finds out she is pregnant. Suddenly, Bryan arrives at her place, holding the panda he bought for her birthday. Even though her birthday is still 3 days away, he happily presents it to her, hoping to make her smile. However, Kim does not seem to like the panda much. Jamie enters the room and casually tells Bryan that before heading to university, Kim always insists on drinking her favorite drink from one specific shop. Bryan decides to leave to give them some privacy. He picks up the panda, quietly mentioning that he plans to return it and find a gift that will truly make Kim happy. While driving, Bryan receives a call from Lenore. He warmly invites her to dinner at his house, but Lenore says she will come another day. Later that evening, Bryan is alone at home when, unexpectedly, Lenore shows up. She opens up to him, saying that she and Stuart have tried everything to save their marriage.
Stuart and we've tried everything. I just don't feel anything anymore. The worst taste in men.
Thanks.
Oh, do you know what I fantasize about? Us. Does it make me a bad person, being married to one man, fantasizing about another?
If you are, Lenny, you're not the only one. Lenny.
I'm sorry.
No.
Why do you have to be so damn honorable?
Believe me, right now I wish I weren't.
The next day, Bryan is enjoying some quality time with his friends when he receives a call from Kim asking to meet him. She invites him to a restaurant, saying she needs his advice about something important. However, the noisy children playing in the background make her hesitant to share her actual thoughts. Instead, she casually says she wants to buy a puppy. Bryan, taking her words at face value, tells her that having a puppy is a big responsibility. He explains that it requires time, effort, and dedication, especially since she is still in college. Kim nods thoughtfully but smiles to herself, as she is actually using the idea of a puppy to talk indirectly about her pregnancy. Stuart visits Bryan at his house. While there, he notices Lenore's scarf and becomes uneasy. He expresses his concerns to Bryan, saying he wants to save his marriage, but feels it is difficult as long as Bryan remains in Lenore's life. Bryan calmly explains that his only connection with Lenore is through Kim, and that is the reason he maintains contact. However, Stuart pleads with Bryan to stop meeting Lenore, hoping it will help mend their relationship, and Bryan agrees.
I still want you to stop seeing my wife until we sort things out.
I can do that.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Need to see you. Urgent. Bagels. 4 bagels and some cream cheese, please.
Lenny?
Lenny? Come on, come on, come on! Lenny!
Freeze! Don't move!
You gotta listen to
On
me.
the floor now!
Listen to me.
Down!
I didn't do this.
More cops keep showing up and chasing Bryan, and we finally get to the legendary scene where he jumps over the fence with more cuts than this recap. Without hesitation, Bryan makes his way to the garage, where he hides beneath a parked truck. While under the truck, Bryan spots a manhole cover leading to a sewer line. Seizing the opportunity, he quietly removes the cover and lowers himself into the sewer. Moments later, the police search the garage, but find no trace of Bryan.
Kim, it's Dad. I have something to tell you.
Dad?
Your mom. She's dead. Someone murdered her. But I'm gonna find out.
Dad?
Try to be strong.
Dad?
I love you.
Officer Frank is assigned to the case of Lenore's murder. He begins his investigation by looking into the call the police received from an unknown number, which contained the sound of Lenore's screams. As Frank digs deeper into the case, he finds something that raises more questions. He discovers the key to Bryan's house in Lenore's bag and, suspiciously, examines the donuts Bryan had bought earlier. Sam is watching the news when he hears about Lenore's murder. He receives a call from Bryan, who asks him about the security code to a hidden place. Meanwhile, Officer Frank arrives at the garage. He finds a gun, and upon closer inspection, he notices fingerprints on the dust around the truck. Frank removes the truck, revealing a hidden sewer line. Frank realizes Bryan had used the garage to escape. Bryan reaches an old factory, which is his hidden safe house. This factory is a place Bryan and his friends have used for secretive meetings and activities. Frank continues his investigation and arrives at Stuart's house.
You know, their relationship was mostly centered around their daughter, but I think that he wanted more than friendship.
We're just looking around to see if we can find something to help us.
I know what you're looking for. Why aren't you out there trying to find out who did this instead of just standing around going through our home?
We have people out there looking.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it. There's no way on earth he would lay a hand. Please. That's mine. It's not even hers.
You know what happened in Paris and Istanbul a couple of years ago where Bryan saved his family? A lot of people ended up dead, and now this. He loves his family, but he has a lot of enemies.
After they leave, Bryan arrives at the scene. He stands by Lenore's body, saying his final goodbyes to his beloved wife, feeling heartbroken and sorrowful. Frank starts investigating Bryan's background and discovers that after the age of 24, Bryan joined a special force with no further public record. This leads Frank to suspect that Bryan might be a spy for a secret agency. Frank orders his officers to keep a close watch on Kim, believing she will be in contact with Bryan. He also sends 2 officers to track the GPS records of Lenore's car. However, Bryan, anticipating their move, quickly reaches Lenore's car before the officers. He begins downloading the GPS history, and just as the officers arrive, Bryan has already taken the data and escaped. Bryan tracks down the latest location of Lenore's car, which leads him to a petrol pump far from the city. He investigates, but no one has seen Lenore there. Bryan checks the CCTV footage and spots Lenore.
I wasn't here, the other guy was. But if someone was here, it'll be on there. Just push that button for the playback.
Freeze! Mr. Mills? I'll sue you! Back away from the goddamn desk!
Just keep your hands where we can see him.
Stay perfectly still.
Garcia and Smith, they got him.
They think we're idiots.
It's unbelievable.
Come on. Drive. Come on, move.
This is gonna end bad for you.
Don't be such a pessimist. Dustin. By now, I'm sure you know who I am. You know what I'm capable of. All you have to know is I'm innocent. Give me 2 days and I can prove it. I can find out who did it.
Why does he want us to have this? He wants us to watch it.
Why?
I don't know yet. Who are these guys?
Bryan reaches the safe house where Sam is waiting. Bryan gives Sam the police data. At Lenore's funeral, the police are keeping watch. When Sam arrives, the signals from the police are disrupted, and they can no longer hear anything. Sam is using a device to block their signals. Sam tells Kim that Bryan will contact him soon. Bryan is watching Kim through a camera on Sam's jacket. The next day, Kim is heading to college, unaware that the police are keeping an eye on her. When she reaches her car, she notices that the police are following her. She quickly enters a supermarket where she buys a drink every day. Kim drinks it and continues to class, but soon starts feeling unwell. Meanwhile, Frank arrives at the supermarket and asks the receptionist about Kim. The receptionist confirms that Kim drinks the same beverage every day, but today she drank it inside the store.
Dad, I don't know what to do. I'm pregnant.
Don't you worry. Let's get through this first, and then we'll figure out what's best for...
I'm in the science building, East Wing. She's in the bathroom.
Don't move. Wait for me.
It doesn't feel real.
Oh, I know.
Stuart's been acting really weird. He must be scared about something. He hired bodyguards.
Bryan triggers an explosion, creating chaos and confusion. Amid the chaos, Bryan manages to escape. Stewart is preparing to leave with a large sum of cash when Bryan follows him. However, another car crashes into Bryan's car, sending it off the road. But Bryan survives, gets out, and hijacks another car at gunpoint. Bryan follows the car to a bar where he sees the same group of people. They are having drinks, but Bryan storms in, kills everyone, and confronts the man in charge.
None of this is making sense to me, Stuart. The Russians who were following me when I was following you, they work for you, Stuart?
I don't know anything. I swear I don't know anything.
If I believed that, we wouldn't be here.
Oleg Malikov.
Who is Oleg Malikov?
I owe him money.
Why didn't you tell this to the police? You let them think it was me.
I told them that you would find them and kill them. Either way, I'm a dead man.
You're not the one they're going to come after next.
Bryan arrives at Stewart's house and takes Kim with him. Meanwhile, Frank gathers information about all of Bryan's friends and orders his officers to investigate why the Russians are involved with Lenore's murder. Bryan takes Kim to his safe house and demands that Stewart tell him everything about Oleg. Stewart explains that he was involved in illegal arms trading with Oleg, but their business deal went wrong. Oleg planned to kill him but spared his life on the condition that Stewart must repay the money he owes. Bryan forces Stewart to call Oleg and tell him that he has all the money. Oleg arranges to meet him at a location. As Bryan and Stewart are on their way, Frank calls Stewart, asking about Kim's disappearance. Stewart ends the call, which makes Frank suspicious. He orders his officers to trace Stewart's location.
Try anything funny, and they'll kill you. And if they don't, I will.
Stewart St. John. Mr. Malinkov's expecting me.
Right on.
Get up!
Who are you, old man?
You killed my ex-wife, but you're not gonna kill my daughter.
First he gets me to kill your wife. He pushes you to kill me. It's the way he wins. Finish me. Finish me.
What is it?
No!
Kim. Get in the car. Let's go, come on! He's still alive. Let's get a medic in here. ASAP. Medic.
Frank calls Bryan and explains that everything has become clear now. He reveals that the huge insurance money was tied to Lenore, and Stewart killed her to give the money to Oleg. Bryan races to the airport, where Stewart is trying to escape with Kim.
Taking my phone, sending texts, and then erasing them. I could plant Lenore's body and make it look as if I killed her. All your worries over. But it didn't quite work out that way.
You can't kill me now.
With a good lawyer, you'll get out of jail in a few years. I'll find you, and we both know what's gonna happen.
Police arrives on the scene and arrests Stewart. At the station, Frank releases Bryan as he knew from the beginning that he was innocent, but he had to control the investigation. Afterwards, Bryan visits Jamie and Kim to congratulate them on her pregnancy. Kim shares that if it's a girl, she wants to name the child after her mother. Bryan smiles as he is very happy for them and relieved that everything finally came to an end. And this is where the trilogy ends. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap, and if you did, please subscribe, smash the like button, share the video, and as always, thank you for watching.